Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Box Media Company. Today I have with me Imran. Imran is the Chief Commercial Officer for Digital Platforms. Imran, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Wonderful. Imran, can you just give us a quick intro to BPC, please?
So BPC, the whole purpose of BPC is to reimagine the future of digital payments. We are a company that provides capabilities around issuing, acquiring, wallets, switching, fraud management, and instant payments. We work with governments, we work with banks, we work with fintechs, we also work with retailers today.
Amazing.
And as a company, we have over 500 plus clients. We are present in about 140 plus countries. We also work very closely with emerging economies. We work with governments and central banks to influence the national payments agenda for cashless payments. And the way we work is that we transform economies of these countries by enabling instant payments, enabling wallet capabilities, enabling open banking frameworks to really drive the agenda of going cashless in a country.
Wonderful.
Our vision is very simple. We want to connect the dots between issuing, acquiring, merchants and consumers by creating inclusive, intelligent, as well as interoperable ecosystems to power the future of commerce. So that's what we do as a company.
Interesting. I think it's a very interesting solution always to work in the payments industry, because
Absolutely.
every single day there's everybody tapping their cards when it comes to the payment world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to understand a little more in depth about BPC. Can we talk about BPC's role in shaping the future of digital payments?
Yeah, so like I said, the whole payment industry keeps evolving, right, all the time. Even if you take the Seamless conference today, I've been in Seamless for the last 3 years. 3 years ago, payments was looked at from an infrastructure perspective.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Today, payments are looked in the perspective as a competitive differentiator.
Right.
So we keep evolving our capabilities to be relevant or make our banks, our customers relevant to their customers through the payment services provided. So today, like I said, we influence national payments in many countries. Like I said, we work with central banks, we work with governments to drive their agenda of taking their countries cashless. We are transforming economies purely by enabling things like instant payments, wallets, switching capabilities, and so forth. And if you really look at what we do, right, we're essentially enabling every citizen in every country to be able to make payments in a very simple manner. That's what we do.
Interesting, yeah, because I think these days payments is always becoming a challenge, right? Sometimes for people who know it's easy, and for people who don't know, it's getting a little difficult.
Yeah.
And I think BPC plays a very vital role in making it simple, easy, and reliable.
Absolutely, and you're so right. If you look at in a lot of countries, payments are always very fragmented.
Yes.
How can we help these countries, these institutions, unify payments as an ecosystem? Today, you're not really talking about product innovation. You're talking about beyond product innovation. You're talking about ecosystem enablement, which is built on trust, security, reliability, and also using digital first models. This is what we do.
Absolutely. Very nice. So talking a little more about innovations, we talk about trends, we talk about technologies, but what are the key innovations or launches that BPC has been witnessing and doing over the last few years?
Yeah, so we've obviously, like I said, we've had a lot of innovation release in the issuing side of things. We built some of the best wallet systems in the world. Some of our wallet platforms are used by some of the largest companies, running 70-80 million users on our platforms. We've incorporated capabilities around helping banks create digital offerings rapidly. Tomorrow, any bank or any fintech who wants to launch an app with a card, we can do that instantly.
Wonderful.
We're also seeing a lot of growth in the space of instant payments and also alternative payments. Alternative payment systems like QR payments, especially in countries like UAE, where Jawan is now becoming more popular. In Saudi, MADA is becoming more popular. So we are also creating alternative payment systems to support all forms of payments. Today, it's not about dictating to the consumer, here's a payment type that you need to use. It's about giving the choice for the consumer to pay the way he or she wants and anywhere he wants. And that's really what we're creating. Beyond this, we are seeing a lot of focus around embedded finance.
Okay.
The ability to really enable finance products like loans and deposits in non-financial platforms. So we're doing a lot of work in that space. We're also seeing a lot of development in open banking, especially in GCC, where there is a lot of regulator-led open banking frameworks coming in, and we're doing also a lot of use cases with these banks and regulators to create new avenues for innovation in payments.
Wonderful. I think innovation there is no limit to it, right?
Absolutely.
And I think over the years, I personally am a big follower of BPC, and I know how much of innovations the team has put in when it comes to latest trends, or either to catching up to the latest innovations that the market is coming up with, right?
Absolutely.
So I think kudos to the entire team from BPC on this particular fleet. Before we close, just a very common industry question, if I can call it. Can we throw some light on some latest trends or some latest advancements on the global platforms in the fintech world?
Yeah, so I think definitely open banking is becoming very dominant. I think the regulators are pushing for adoption as well.
Yes.
Lots of regulators are working around frameworks to enable this, which I think is brilliant. Open banking also then paves the way for other innovation to come in. Extension of open banking is open finance.
Yeah.
That's coming in very well. That drives capabilities around embedded finance ecosystems, banking as a service ecosystem. So that's powerful. Artificial intelligence, everybody talks about it.
Absolutely.
Let me simplify it. Common use cases. We're seeing a usage of AI in the world of personalization of products and services for consumers. We call it hyper personalized.
Yes.
We're seeing AI in the application of fraud management and detection. One of the biggest positives we see is the rise of digital payments in many countries.
Very true.
And at the same time, we also see the rise of attacks because of the rise of digital payments. So AI helps you kind of prevent such attacks. There is huge advancement in biometrics, even using biometrics for payment authorization. So for an example, if you happen to go to a supermarket, you might forget your wallet or you might forget your phone. But chances are that if you happen to remember your face or don't forget to take your face to the supermarket, which you probably won't, you can still do a payment.
Absolutely.
Because that's the kind of future we are talking about here. And the other interesting shift is that we see banks, fintechs, those days fintechs were also trying to compete with the banks. Banks saw fintechs as a threat.
Yes.
But now I see a lot more collaboration. Banks collaborating with fintech, regulators coming into the party.
Right.
A lot of countries are now working together to create some very powerful API-based use cases to leverage open bank. So we're seeing from isolated product innovation to a lot more ecosystem enablement is happening. And this is probably the way in which you can really power the future of commerce by collaboration.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think a lot of learnings, a lot of insights, from BPC to the entire globe. Thank you so much for hosting us, and it was really nice talking to you. We wish you all the success, and I'm definitely confident that BPC is going to go to much more greater heights down the lane.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Big Bo.